Welcome to Inside Games, the only gaming news channel brave enough to wonder, is Bethesda doing okay?
Yeah, we'd like to think they are, but it's been a while. We're not hearing much. Maybe it's time for a wellness check. You know, when you just sit in there and you think, I haven't heard from Steve in a while. I hope he's doing okay.
Bethesda, they made a really big video game called Starfield, and it sold or supposedly had a lot of players a few years ago, and they did their update last year, and everything seems hunky-dory.
Yeah, for a while, but it's just gotten a little dusty. So we finally have an update about what Bethesda's doing or not doing, which is to say it's an update of an update. They're promising to tell us at some point. And that's all we got for now. So if you're excited for more Starfield content, you might have to keep waiting a while.
Yeah, the official Bethesda X account responded to an earnest plea for any info from Aura Wolf 92. So here's their quote. "We know you're eager for an update, and we truly appreciate your passion for Starfield. The team's been hard at work, and while we're not ready to share specific details just yet, we have a lot of exciting things planned for the game this year that we can't wait to talk about when the time is right. We're always listening and taking your feedback to heart. Thanks for being part of this journey with us."
That's comforting, I guess, but the timeline of updates isn't so good for Starfield, especially when compared with games from the past.
That's true, yeah. Shattered Space, the expansion for Starfield, launched about a year after its release, September 30th, 2024. That was obviously 6 months ago, but no update or even announcement of an update since that Shattered Space expansion.
Yeah, all we've got is that the team is hard at work, and they'll share when the time is right, but we're all wondering when that time's going to be. Expectations are a little higher than what we've seen from this release of content based on Fallout 4, which is a game that came out a decade ago. That launched in November 2015. But the timeline of releases after that was really fast, especially thinking back. Automatron launched March 2016, Wasteland Workshop April 2016, Far Harbor May 2016, and then Nuka World in August 2016. So they had an assembly line ready for that game.
So by comparison, Starfield launched September 2023, and then we got Shattered Space in September 2024. The Creations update, which is, by the way, very good, in November of 2024. So 1 year for one expansion. We've had no news of anything else since then. Bethesda is a much larger company than they were in like 2015 and 2016. So Lawrence, what the hell are they doing?
That's a great question. I think the silent one is that games are just way harder to make now. It's more costly. The logistics are way more complicated. But there's a few other possible explanations as well. The thing that immediately jumped into my mind is that, well, maybe there just wasn't that much fire behind Starfield. Bethesda maybe decided to scale down their post-launch support of Starfield based on a mild reception. But Bethesda said that the game had 15 million players in that creation update back in November. That's a lot. That's a lot of players to either cater to now or to attempt to come back to the game with updates. So what's going on? What are they working on?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're right. I think that games now are larger and it takes longer. And I think most people are assuming the next DLC will be the Starborn DLC because of that ZeniMax trademark that they registered in July of 2024. Although Starborn was what you were called in Starfield. So, I mean, I don't know if, maybe they were just trademarking the name of that. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they were shopping around a Netflix series that didn't get picked up. Or it's in the works now. Who can say? The other safe bet is that Bethesda might be working on a PlayStation 5 port of Starfield. Xbox has, of course, been very direct in saying that they're kind of taking down the walls of exclusivity, opening up sales, and of course, there's probably a bunch of players on PlayStation that would like to check out Starfield. Though there's a lot of sales waiting behind that, as opposed to working on an update that may or may not generate any money for the company. It makes sense to maybe shift developers away from post-launch support onto that. But you'd like to think it would be faster than this, or at least they'd have a date or an announcement or something. If they did do that, you'd like to think we're maybe 6 months away from a PS5 release, but that would be the time to tell people that. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on.
The mod scene, while kind of dead now, I will say when it launched, it's really, really cool and super fun and very easy to use on Starfield. That gave me a lot of replay value when they first released that store because it was just miles and miles of Star Wars mods, and a lot of them are really good. So I feel like if you got a hankering for a Bethesda game that's new, Starfield's fantastic for that because you can just fire that up and then install 1,000 Star Wars mods and have a blast.
Yeah, I would also, not quite Bethesda, but it's got that spirit a little bit. Avowed just came out. It's also on Game Pass. And I feel like it has a much more older school Bethesda feel. Got really fun combat and wacky writing. Bethesda's writing has been, let's say, basic in its last couple of games. But I'm glad you brought up mods, Bruce. I wanted to shout this out. There's not a lot of movement in the mod scene, to be honest, but I just did a skim and I found this. It's an actual quest. Most of the mods are just tiny little additions and stuff. And I like the name, the Pumpkin Protocol. This released March 3rd, so pretty recent. The Pumpkin Protocol mod is an immersive quest that pulls you into a suspicious facility where you are now caught up in a high-stakes fight with a foundation while gaining a friend along the way. That's nice. It even has some like custom armor and guns and stuff, so check it out if you're into Starfield.
Lawrence, are there pumpkins in it?
You know what? I didn't see any pumpkins in the screenshots. Well, we have to hope that it's related at some point.
What the fuck? Wait, why would they call it the pumpkin? There's got to be a pumpkin in it, or two.
You got to play the mod to find out, Bruce. I haven't, so I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. It just looked neat.
Okay. All right. And now for our favorite new segment here on Inside Games. Inside Games is... Go ahead, Lawrence.
Inside Games is on your side. That's different. I decided to riff. Hold on. Inside Games is on your side.
Yeah, I was hoping you would go... On your side.
On your side. Yeah, you're right. It needs a little more edge. This is why you need a good producer, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this is the rundown of free games that we got available right now. Amazon Prime has updated their free games for March. There's a whole slew of them that can be redeemed on Good Old Games or the Epic Store. Here's some highlights. You got Saints Row the Third Remastered, Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, Crime Boss Rock Hay City. That's a LAR pick right there. BioShock 2 and BioShock Infinite, and like I said, many, many more. That's on PC through Amazon Prime.
Man, those are so good. Those are such good free games. Jeez. And then also there's the free Epic game this week, which is Them's Fightin' Herds. Have you ever played? I don't even know what this is.
Oh, I haven't played it, but I'm familiar with the backstory. This started as a My Little Pony fan project, and instead of shutting down the project when they got a cease and desist, they just changed the branding and pushed through to release, which is awesome. Love to see that stuff. So check it out. It's a project of passion from the community. We'll say that. And then finally, for the PlayStation folks out there, PlayStation Essentials has 3 games you can redeem for free this month. You have to redeem them or they're gone. So Dragon Age the Veilguard is already on there. That's pretty impressive. Sonic Colors and TMNT the Cowabunga Collection, all available for people with an active PlayStation Plus subscription.
Wait, hold on. So if you redeem that Dragon Age the Veilguard, you have it forever?
That's correct.
What? That's how is that already free? Or I guess for $10 a month or whatever.
Somebody cut a pretty big check to EA, I'm guessing.
Man, that's crazy.
Like, at least I hope it was big. Man, who knows?
And then, of course, we have to thank our patrons that support the Inside Games Patreon every single month. Here's a special patron that once made 5 seconds of unbroken eye contact with Todd Howard, which is an amazing thing to do because Todd's a very, very nice man, but you don't want to challenge him. Sherwin Sanchez.
Yeah, if you look into those eyes, you'll see fractals, you'll see the mysteries of the universe unveiled for a split second, but don't look too long because it'll drive you mad. I have another patron that's been training. This patron's been making unbroken eye contact with the JPEG of Todd Howard for the last 5 years. Let me tell you, it's nothing like looking in person, but it's still great. Null Test, a brave patron. God bless you on your journey.